playing two here now, right? You hit your drive, hit a great second shot,
Yeah.
and we found ourselves quite a slope to deal with.
Yeah, right.
Right?
I mean, this is
Holy cow.
just like, let me, you stand up there. Yeah. I mean, this is kind of
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot to handle. So now the good news is we got quite a bit of green in front of us, right? A little bit of rough, the fringe, then you have the putting surface, and probably 4 or 5 steps off the putting surface you have the hole. Red flag, front pin. So the good news is we have some options. We have some things to do. Let me ask you this. How would you play this shot?
Yeah.
What's your first instinct?
So my first instinct would be to figure out where I'm going to land the ball. And to do that, I would actually walk up to the hole there.
Okay.
We kind of did this already, landing spot.
Yep, we got it.
So, yeah, we know what to do. So that was my first step. Next step would be kind of come to the ball and address my lie and see, like, how am I able to hit this. And kind of get in the stance here. And I know you got to kind of ingrain your body with the slope. We were kind of talking about this earlier in previous lessons. And, yeah, I think you modeled the different slopes and you had to adjust your body to it. And I kind of knew that. I just didn't know, like, all the specifics of it. But I thought you did a really good explaining that. So that's kind of, I would almost add that into my setup or preparation. Okay. So I would take practice shots actually like ingraining the slope into my body.
So the first thing we said was you want to match your shoulders first to the slope. So it's kind of weird, but you almost want to lift your back shoulder up. Hang this, yeah, like that. There. Hang. You're real relaxed with your front, your leading shoulder is real relaxed, and then your back shoulder is kind of sloped up. So even a little bit more, relax a little bit more. Yeah, like that. And remember, you still want to feel a little bit of your hands, kind of even. That's pretty good. And you notice your hips will kind of follow that as well too, but you want your hips and your shoulders to match the angle of the slope.
Yeah.
And then once you're in that spot, then you have to really practice matching your swing to the angle of the slope as well. We're not going to make our normal swing into the ground, are we? No, that's crazy. So you have to move the club kind of with the slope. And with this sharp of a slope here, you really have to take a couple practice swings and feel the club brush against the ground so you feel confident you can get the ball through, or you can get the club through the ball still in an aggressive line.
Yeah.
Now, what club are you using? Let me ask you.
So as I'm doing these practice, I'm using 58, and as I'm doing these practice swings, you bring a great point here. I almost feel like it's too much loft here. It could be too much loft, and I either slide under it or I'm going to come up short here and hit this little hill and not even get to the green.
I agree, and let me step in here and say, I would say 58 is probably too much in my opinion. Everybody's different, but in my opinion, I would say 58 is too much of loft here, because you don't have necessarily, you can land the ball short. We talked about your landing spot.
Yeah.
We talked about all the green that's in front of us, a fairway, a little bit of rough. There's a couple slopes that actually slope down to the green, so you don't necessarily have to hit this ball perfect to still give yourself a putt on the next shot.
Mm-hmm.
So I would stick with something more mid, like a 52 degree.
Okay.
And that way your club, even as it comes down the slope, will be a little blocked, but you'll still have enough control and enough spin to get the ball up in the air, and when it hits, it'll land pretty solid. So go ahead, get your shoulders set, hips set, match the swing with the plane, and once you feel comfortable, go ahead and hit the shot.
So again, I'm going to use kind of my pre-shot routine.
Yep,
kind
go
of
through it all.
help me get comfortable here.
There you go. Good aim, right?
Yeah, dude. I hit it a little thin, but yeah, it did come up kind of high.
Try it again with your 58. Let's see if there's a difference. There, like that, yep. Wow, this feels weird. Yeah, your front shoulder is really just kind of just hanging there.
Well, yeah, thank you. I mean, you kind of explained this adaptive situation in hard shot pretty well.
Yeah,
yeah.
good.
Thank you. Thank
Any
you.
questions on it at all?
Not
Makes sense?
Yeah,
all
not
of it?
right now. It really makes a lot of sense. I think just practice and kind of getting used to these situations. And you bring up a good point. Is club selection is I gotta kind of be cognizant of that. I feel like sometimes when I hit these chip shots, I automatically just bring up my 58, no problem. But I gotta think about
Got options, yeah. You can use it. I wouldn't take areas you want. You can bring a 52, 58, 56, pitching wedge, maybe something like this. Yeah, you could use like that.
One thing that could help you is even just bringing those clubs from the cart to the chip shot, like bringing 3 wedges, right? So I have the option. It's not like, oh, I gotta go back to the cart. No, I have these options. So yeah.
Yeah, you think through each one. Go through your process on each club, how the ball's going to land, how you think it's going to come out,
Yeah.
and then execute